Hello and welcome to Now That's What I Call Gaming. I know it's been quite a while since my last video, so rest assured that's going to change starting right here, right now. So make sure if you're new to the channel, you smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. In this video, we're going to start taking a look at video game remakes. Now, in the entertainment industry, remakes are nothing new. Countless movies have been remade with varying results. Songs have even been remade by new artists, although these are usually called remixes. But essentially, it's the same thing. You're taking something older and giving it a more modern look and feel. And so before we begin, we need to define what a remake is. Because as you know, in gaming, there's all kinds of stuff like remakes, remasters, reboots, ports. And for this series, it's important for us to differentiate between all these so that everyone's on the same page with what we're looking at with this stuff. So first we have a port. Now that's just simply taking a game that appeared on one system and putting it directly on another system. So, like when they take all the Mega Man games and they put them into like a Mega Man Anniversary Collection or something like that, they're usually a compilation of things, but they're just basically a one-to-one translation just on different hardware. Next up on the list is a remaster. Now what that is you're taking an older game and just polishing it up to make it look better on newer hardware, but you're still keeping everything the same as the original. So it's a little more work than a port, but it's not by much. They may add some enhancements here and there, like, for example, the ability to eliminate encounters in RPGs. Some examples of this, I'd say look at the Final Fantasy VII remastered game, or like Resident Evil HD remaster. Those are not just ports, as it's been upscaled and optimized to run on modern hardware with modern controllers, but it doesn't have any significant enough changes to be considered a remake. Basically, it turns this into this. Now, a reboot is something else completely different. That takes some of the core concepts of a prior game in a series and completely changes the story into something totally new. This can be a good way to bring new life into a series that has maybe been forgotten or has been done to death in one way and needs to be changed into something else. For a good example of this, you want to play the Tomb Raider games, the new ones. Now, a remake, on the other hand, takes absolutely everything from the original version and upgrades it completely for a new generation. And that's what we're going to be focusing on here. So now that we know what we're talking about, let's start off with the granddaddy of all remakes. I'm talking about the old classic, company icon creating Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. Was released by Nintendo in 1985 and quickly became one of the classic games on the NES. With its precise controls, amazing level design, and addictive gameplay, it cemented itself as one of the must-own games on the console. It even became the pack-in title for the console itself, meaning that for many people, this was the first game they played for the NES, if not the first game they ever played in general. I really can't think of much to say about the game that isn't known already. Just take a look and listen to it here for a few seconds. In 1993, to plug a gap between the release of Super Mario Kart and the next major Mario game for the new Super Nintendo, Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto suggested creating a value pack with all of the Mario games released up to that point on a single cartridge. But rather than just port the games over, they decided to take advantage of the power of the Super Nintendo hardware and upgrade both the graphics and the music. The result was, of course, Super Mario AllStars. There were actually two versions of this game released. One that had just the NES Mario games, and another that had all of those and Super Mario World. And it really shows what a remake should be. All of the graphics have been overhauled. The scrolling is smoother, the colors more vibrant. They even added new backgrounds to all the levels. These backgrounds, on top of adding additional details such as cave textures or castle interiors, also featured some great parallax scrolling, which, while possible on the NES, wasn't done all that often, and definitely not in a Mario game. Besides the graphics, the music and sound effects also got a huge facelift, with small echoes being heard in the underground levels. Take a listen. At its heart, it's still Super Mario Bros. Everything from that original title is here. Every secret, every bonus, every level, it's all here and nothing has been changed in that respect. Here's a side-by-side comparison of both games. Now, one thing I'm going to do in this series is tell you my recommendation of which version of these games you should play. And in this case, the clear-cut winner for playing Super Mario Bros. Is, of course, Super Mario All-Stars. Everything about this game just takes what was already pretty much a perfect game and makes it just that much better. Unfortunately, the game is becoming somewhat pricey these days, costing a little over $20 for a cart-only copy. But even then, it's $20 for 4 awesome Mario games, so it might be worth it. You could also purchase the 25th Anniversary Edition on the Wii, but even that's still going to be over $20 just for the disc. It is also now available with Switch Online, which costs $20 per year, but gives you an ever-expanding library of games to play. If you have a Switch, this is the way I'd recommend playing it. So there you have it. The remake of the classic Super Mario Bros. We're definitely not done with Super Mario All-Stars yet. There's still 3 more great games on this compilation, which we will eventually cover. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any ideas for remakes you'd like to see reviewed for yourself, leave me a comment below. I really appreciate it. Meantime, thank you so much for watching the return of Now That's What I Call Gaming.